Good morning and welcome to Red's Projects. Today is going to be a great day. I'm going to be driving this thing. So last things I have to do is put the muffler back on, put the bonnet back on. This was the original muffler. It's still like a little bit too loud, so I just had enough room. Zapped another guy on the end of it. So put that back on, put the bonnet back on, and we'll go for its first drive. Okay, got the bonnet back on, checked all the fluids. Looks like I'm all ready to go. Oh, let's give it a start, let it warm up a little bit. Oh yes. Okay, I'll let it warm up a little bit, put the ramps on, and we'll go for a quick drive. Okay, here we go, first drive, and it looks like it's starting to rain, but that's not a bad thing. It should wash all the dust off it. It's nice and quiet now with the extra muffler, or at idle anyway. Clutch is stiff, which I kind of expected. Alright, let's see how we go. We're going to go to Bunnings. Alright, here we go. Alright, we made the Bunnings. The air fuel gauge is just on 17 to 1 all the time, so I don't know if that needs to be calibrated or there's an air leak or something, but that's just, it's not even, I'll show you, it's not even registering. See, just flat out 17 to 1, ... lean. So I'm sure it's not that. I'm sure it's not lean, but could be, don't know. Exhaust is beautiful. It's like when you're driving, it's loud enough to be nice, and at idle and stuff, it's nice and quiet. So that's a big win. Clutch is firm and it releases right off the floor, so that's going to take a little bit of getting used to, but it's nice and bitey, and yeah, that's great. Engine's still whining a little bit. The only thing I could put it down to when I was working on it last was maybe the water pump bearings might be on their way out, so I might have to put a water pump in it soon. Yeah, other than that, great. We made it here. Temperature's still good. I'm actually going to go in and try and buy a little a toolbox to put the water methanol in, because the one I got in the back now is just crap, so I'll show you that. But we made it, first drive. Okay, car started again, that's always a good sign. I was going to get a toolbox to put the water methanol in, which I'll show you when I get home. The toolboxes they had that were better than mine were a little bit too small, so I ended up buying a plastic tub instead. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, let's drive home. So the air fuel gauge is hovering on 12.5, which might be alright. Don't know. Let's see what happens. Anyway. Oh, the air fuel gauge seems better. It's actually doing something. It's still showing really lean, but I'm only kind of cruising and part throttle and all that sort of stuff, so it might be right. It just it's hard to trust a brand new gauge, you know, in case it is wrong. forgot how bad this car rides as well. All the other cars I've been driving, my Falcon and girlfriend's car and stuff, all got really soft suspension, and this is really bouncy. This is probably the longest I've not driven this car. I think I worked it out that it was about February, start of February that I stopped driving it, and we're at the end of June now, so it's about 4 months, I think. Okay, first drive went pretty well. Let it cool down, I'll check all the fluids, make sure there's no leaks or anything. One thing I've been really waiting to do is put my new wheels on. And if you remember, I had these 15x8s made up, so I've got some street tyres for those. Painted the fronts, so I've got 255s for the rear and 185s for the front. So I've been dying to see what these look like on it, so I'm going to quickly put them on as long as it doesn't start bucketing down rain. Put them on and see how they look. Alright, wheels are on. I think the front I need to go to a taller profile. A little bit of a gap there. Oh. Yeah, looks good. Okay, so just after the last clip I recorded of me driving into the shed onto the hoist, it started raining really hard. And when it rains really hard, it makes a lot of noise on the tin roof, and it's really hard to record. It can't capture the audio properly. So I'm sitting in the Falcon at the moment. I'll tell you more about that later. But put the Navara up on the hoist, check the oil, check the water, check for leaks. It's all good. So it's back outside. I'm going to start driving it to and from work, and start building up my trust with this new engine. Make sure everything's fine. It seems good so far. I have a list of stuff to do to it. I've got to fit the catch can to it. I made a catch can at work, and I just need to finish it off and make up a bracket and stuff for it. So I got to put that on. I have to buy the Niztune private license so I can start tuning the computer, and so I can pull timing out, add fuel, all that sort of stuff. I've got to set up my water methanol. I've got to finish setting up my water methanol, so all I have to do is mount the bottle in that box behind in the back of the ute, mount the pump. The wires are there already, the hose is there already, it's all ready to go, all wired. It just needs to be put in there. So I've got to do that, and I've got to set the pressure gauge so that it sprays at the right pressure. Front tyres, I'm probably going to get some taller front tyres, because those ones are on now are a little bit short. They're a 185 75 14, so I'm probably going to go to a 185 truck tire or a 195 commercial truck tire, which are a bit taller. So because the front does look a bit small, and it is leaning a little bit, raked, like leaning a little bit forward, so some taller tires should fix that up. And then I have to do my injectors and fuel pump. So I've got my spare manifold off. I can't remember which engine it is now. The original engine, the one that blew up. I got the manifold off that, and I'm starting to set up, change it from side feed to top feed injectors. So I'm going to make up some rails for it, and I've got a set of LS3 injectors I'm going to try to put on it, because they're about 300cc or 350 or something. So they'll get me up a little bit. So that will probably next episode. I'll be trying to set that up and show you that. Yeah, that's the future. That's what's going to happen. In the meantime, I'm just going to be driving it to and from work. Like I said, building up trust with this new motor. Yeah, everything seems good so far. But right now, after I finish this video off, I'm going to be working on the Falcon. Last week, Wednesday, in the week just gone, I took someone for a drive in it, and it started missing really bad, and I've got to pull coils and plugs out and try and work out what's wrong with it. So that will be in the next episode. I'm going to have a separate video for that, and I've got a bunch of updates for this. I've got a whole lot of parts waiting to go on this car, so I've been waiting for the ute to be done and driving before I started working on this. So now the ute's driving and get me to and from work, I've got a bunch of things to do this, and this is going to be making, I'm going to go to E85, it's going to be making a bunch more power soon. So that'll be next episode. That'll be it, do it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.